You're watching Pulse for the 20th of February, and it's time for some World of Warcraft news. In this week's episode, we take a look at the Mists of Pandaria Alpha rumors floating around, the recent updates to the Mists of Pandaria talent calculator, Heart of the Aspects, a new pet store exclusive mount, Ask Creative Development number 3, and more. Let's get straight to the news. We're going to start the news off this week with the most interesting and definitely most exciting piece. To most, at least. To others, the mount that we're going to look at later might be more exciting. The guys and girls from over at MMO Champion say that all the recent events indicate that the internal alpha of Mists of Pandaria has already started. Things hinting towards that are the fact that the old WoW 2 Battle.net accounts used for the Cataclysm beta have finally been removed from some players' Battle.net pages. The recent update of the official talent calculator had multiple spells tagged not yet implemented. This is apparently what we see in alpha and beta stages of the game to indicate that a spell doesn't work in-game yet. Lastly, and what's probably the most substantial or biggest proof, is that community managers have started posting actual screenshots of new spell tooltips in-game. This means that they have a server up that they can easily connect to for that. So to be clear, we're talking about an internal alpha, and it's different from the friends and family alpha where non-Blizzard employees can play as long as they know someone in the company. That means that this test would be restricted to Blizzard employees only. It's not all bad news though, and seeing that the Mists of Pandaria press tour is happening on March the 19th, it's quite likely that we'll be seeing an alpha or beta starting up sometime soon after that. For reference, we've been told that the Cataclysm press tour happened about 2 weeks before the start of the closed beta. That means that we could be seeing the Mists of Pandaria closed beta within the next month or two. So although these are just rumors, it's still something to get excited about. You can read all about this below, courtesy of MMO Champion. Next up, the guys from over at Blizzard have done some pretty major updates to their Mists of Pandaria talent calculator. If you thought all the big changes on the talent calculator were exciting before, you should check it out now. It's been updated to reflect the most recent changes and renovations currently being made to Mists of Pandaria. Along with the updates to the calculator, we were given a few thoughts to start with. For shamans and hunters, they still have a way to go with the revamp of the talents, and this latest talent calculator doesn't have some of the big changes that they're currently working on in it. If you don't see your favorite spell in the talent list, don't worry, there's a good chance that it's something you'll get automatically for choosing a particular spec. For example, all Fury Warriors learn Raging Blow without having to choose it as a talent. All Discipline Priests know Divine Aegis. Chances are almost certain that we were going to choose those anyway, so they just gave them to us. Lastly, if you don't see your favorite spell or mechanic as a class ability, spec ability, or talent, then there's a good chance it's becoming a glyph. Examples include Atonement for Priests, Gag Order for Warriors, Rude Interruption also for Warriors, and the Acts of Sacrifice Cleanse component for Paladins. I have to say it's pretty intimidating, the sheer amount of changes made. So if you want to have a look at everything that was changed, then Wowhead and MMO Champion do have you covered, but it's an extremely long read. The best thing to do would be to choose the class you want to have a look at, and then go and check the talent tree out on the official site. See what's changed, see what you like, see what you don't like, and be sure to let me know below what you think of all the new talents. I personally think it's going to be a lot of fun, but a lot of people are scared of big changes like these. The nice thing is that these changes will most definitely be applied to the live game before the expansion launches, so we'll be able to check them out on our own characters before jumping into the new content in Mists of Pandaria. As I said before though, there were way too many changes to cover each one individually, so you're going to have to look at these for yourselves. You can find all the relevant information in the description below this video. Check it out and enjoy. Now before moving on to the next piece of news, I will mention that patch 4.3.3 is now available on the test realms. So this is pretty much just a bug fix patch, there's nothing really major in here. This does however mean that we should be seeing it on the live realm soon, and I suppose bug fixes are always welcome. Not gonna complain about that. You can read a little bit more about this below. Now what is definitely the most flashy news of the week, take to the skies with the luminous dragon known as the Heart of the Aspects. Born of the radiant energies of the Dragon Soul artifact, this mount flies as fast as your riding skill will take you, and once purchased, applies to all present and future characters on a single World of Warcraft license. You can obviously visit the pet store right now and fly home with the Heart of the Aspects. This mount will set you back $25 or 20 euros. This mount was released on the 14th of February, and I gotta say it does look pretty awesome. I would definitely prefer this one over the Winged Guardian. There's not really much else to say about the mount other than I am super jealous of everyone that has it, so you can let me know below if you would purchase something like this if you're playing World of Warcraft, or if you perhaps already have. Again though, you can read a tiny bit more about the mount below and find a link to it on the Blizzard store, and the video that you were watching of the mount is courtesy of Matt from over at WoW Insider. In our last big piece of news before heading on into the smalls, creative development has once again opened the floodgates for questions pertaining to the lore of the Warcraft universe. There's not much to say about this other than if you want to leave a question, you can do it right now on the forum thread that they've provided, and I will tell you that it's a nice opportunity to find out more about your favorite character or area, or maybe just ask a few Mists of Pandaria questions. They do say that they're not going to give anything huge away that'll perhaps spoil the game before release, but at least they're accepting Mists of Pandaria questions, so that's great. There are a couple of other rules to have a look at, but the whole thing is pretty straightforward, so check it out below, ask those questions, and enjoy. Now moving on to the World of Warcraft smalls. First up, check some new fan art out, have a look at the latest Corehound Pup screenshot contest winners, have a look at the World of Warcraft War College on Warsong Gulch, check out the AM/PM sweepstakes, too much good stuff. Have a look at a post titled, "Nobody Expects the Scarlet Inquisition." This is about some really nifty transmogrification. Get some NAO invitational updates over at MMO Champion. Check out Method vs Dragon Soul, the movie, right here on YouTube. And lastly, also right here on YouTube, watch How to Win at Guilds 2 by WoWCrendor. Sadly, that's all I have for you in the World of Warcraft news. You can find everything that I spoke about in this episode in the description below this video. There are a couple of blue posts to have a look at as well, but most of them are linked to the Mists of Pandaria talent calculator updates, so they might not all be that interesting. Check back here soon for more news. Remember to like the video, favorite it, share it with your friends, and subscribe. Most importantly though, happy Heart of the Aspects mount. If you have it. If you don't, I don't either, so it's not a big deal, but happy that.